heavenly prince Melchizedek from the Dead Sea Scrolls. Rolling. So, Melchizedek is definitely the Almighty, if you know the scriptures. And he met Abraham in the Valley of the Kings. He has no beginning or end of days. So let's read it. And concerning that which he said, some of these fragments are lost, by the way, through time. The Dead Sea Scrolls are found by a child in a cave. They sat there for about 2,000 years, and some of them decayed. Concerning that which he said, in this year of Jubilee, each of you shall return to his property, and Jubilee is the time of releasing debts. And likewise, this is the manner of release. Every creditor shall release that which he has sent to his neighbor. He shall not exact it of his neighbor and his brother, for God's release has been proclaimed. And it will be proclaimed at the end of days concerning the captives. He said to proclaim liberty to the captives. And it gives a reference to Isaiah. Its interpretation is that he will assign them to the sons of heaven and to the inheritance of Melchizedek, where he will cast their lot amid the portions of Melchizedek, who will return them there and will proclaim to them liberty, forgiving them the wrongdoings of all their iniquities. And this thing will occur in the first week of the Jubilee that follows the 9 Jubilees. And the Day of Atonement is the end of the 10th Jubilee, when all the sons of light and the men of the lot of Melchizedek will be atoned for. Doesn't that sound like Jesus? It says, for this, when all the sons of light and the men of the lot of Melchizedek will be atoned for. So Melchizedek is Jesus, the priestly order of Melchizedek. From the Aaronic order to the Melchizedek order, which was greater than Abraham, who out of which came the Aaronic order. So, as Melchizedek was tied to by Abraham, in all technicality. So, here we go. From the Dead Sea Scroll book, the Heavenly Prince Melchizedek says, and the men of the lot of Melchizedek will be atoned for. And a statute concerns them to provide them with their rewards. For this is the moment of the year of grace for Melchizedek, so the time of his salvation or his grace. So this prophesied of Jesus, definitely. It says he will come atone for all of those within his lot, the sons of light, his children. So those that belong to him, his children. He said, I did not come for those. Those foreigners, he's like, I came from the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So the Gentiles will be added in, yes. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think those Gentiles were made Israel, and they were already prophesied to be it. So, anyways, that's another subject. Alright. And the men of the lot of Melchizedek will be atoned for, and a statute concerns them, the grace for Melchizedek, and he will by his strength judge the holy ones of God, executing judgment as it is written concerning him in the songs of David, who said, Elohim has taken his place in the divine council. In the midst of the gods he holds judgment. And it was concerning him that he said, let the assembly of the peoples return to the height above them. El, or Hebrew for God, will judge the peoples. Psalms verse VII-7-8, parentheses closed. As for that which he said, how long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah, meaning, so let it be. Like a closing statement. Its interpretation concerns Belial and the spirits of his lot, who rebelled by turning away from the precepts of God to fragment lost. So the fragment was lost after this. These spirits so they fell to the darkness, I would say. And Melchizedek will avenge the vengeance of the judgments of God, fragment lost, and he will drag them from the hand of Belial, and from the hand of all the spirits of his lot. And all the gods of justice will come to his aid to attend to the destruction of Belial. And the height is fragment lost. All the sons of God, fragment lost. This fragment lost. This is the day of peace and salvation, concerning which God spoke through Isaiah the prophet, who said, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of the messenger, who proclaims peace, who brings good news, who proclaims salvation, who says to Zion, your Elohim reigns. Its interpretation, the mountains are the prophets, and the messenger is the anointed one of the Spirit, concerning whom Daniel said, until an anointed one, a prince, and he who brings good news, who proclaims salvation, it is concerning him that it is written. This is very prophetic. So this is definitely, remember it said Jesus came to destroy the works of the devil. Remember that. And this is what it's saying here, is he came to destroy Belial. And it also says he would atone and make grace for everybody. That's exactly what this is saying, is what he would do in another pretense. As, you know, as a Melchizedek priest. Your Elohim reigns. Its interpretation, the mountains are the prophets, and the messenger is the anointed one of the Spirit, concerning whom Daniel said, until an anointed one, a prince, and he who brings good news, who proclaims salvation, it is concerning him that it is written, to fragment lost, to comfort all who mourn, to grant to those who mourn in Zion, to comfort those who mourn. Its interpretation, to make them understand all the ages of time, fragment lost. In truth, fragment lost. Will turn away from Belial, fragment lost, by the judgments of God, fragment lost, as it is written concerning him, who says to Zion, your Elohim reigns. Zion is fragment lost. Those who uphold the covenant, who turn from walking in the way of the people, and your Elohim is Melchizedek, who will save them from the hand of Belial. You catch that? And your Elohim is Melchizedek. That's the Melchizedek priesthood, who Jesus is. Well, yeah, Jesus is the Melchizedek priesthood. It says in the book of Hebrews, Apostle Paul, other places. Who will save them from the hand of Belial, from the hand of the devil. As for that which he said, then you shall send abroad the trumpet in all the land. Then you shall send abroad the trumpet in all the land. So maybe those trumpets in Revelation come after the time of his destruction. I don't know. I'll have to look into that further, but that's for today. The Heavenly Prince Melchizedek. And you see all the connections there with the Gospels and how it shadows it in what he came to do, to destroy the works of the devil and to make atonement for all the people. So, I hope that was good for y'all. Anyway, peace.